Okay, here we go. Focus. Speed. I am speed. One winner. 42 losers. I eat losers for breakfast. Breakfast? Maybe I should have had breakfast. A little brekkie could be good for me. No, stay focused. Speed. I'm faster than fast, quicker than quick. I am lightning.
Hey, Lightning, you ready?
Oh yeah, lightning's ready. Whee! Whee!
Welcome to the Kumpfy Life. My name is Jacob, and yeah, I haven't had a video in a while because there's been a lot of stuff going on. I'm sitting on my scooter because if you saw in that funny little intro there, I've got a boot and a scoot. Not a whole lot of boogie. Yeah, I tore my Achilles tendon on May 10th. Today is the June 3rd, so it's been about almost 4 weeks since that injury happened, but it's been a whole whirlwind of different things going on and trying to figure out what life looks like at this point right now. So I figured I'd come on here, give you guys an update of what's all been going on, kind of give you a little bit of story of what happened with me and some of the other things going on in the Kumpfy Life. So this is going to be a little bit different than normal videos. Not going to have a whole lot of different scenery or anything. I'm just going to be sitting here talking for a little bit, but figured I'd give everyone an update, and that'll be the video for today. So if you didn't know, I enjoy basketball. I've been playing basketball most of my life, and we have a thing within our community where we just go and play some pickup basketball with guys in the local area. Been doing it since I've been a little kid. My dad's been playing. I remember watching him play, and then I got to play with him. And as he's moved on and gotten older, I've kind of helped out and taken over with, opening the gym and bringing that stuff in. But we play pretty much every single week, and I've dealt with some tendonitis issues in both my Achilles heels, but nothing that was to the point of like needing to go in or anything. I'd just take some Tylenol or ibuprofen and watch the inflammation. Wasn't that big of a deal. Well, on May 10th, just kind of a normal Wednesday evening that we play ball, and we were in the first game. Everything's feeling fine. I was not feeling any pain, and I had the ball. I went to make a move to drive towards the hoop, and the best way I can describe it was it felt like someone kicked me really hard right in the back of the lower calf area, and or somebody came from behind and like fell down. It hit me so hard it kind of jarred the back of my head. And so I stopped playing. Everyone kind of looked at me because I was kind of thinking someone was going to call a foul, and everybody said, "Nobody touched you." And I went to take a step, and it didn't feel right. It kind of felt like I was stepping on a wedge. I don't know, it just didn't feel quite right, and I knew at that point that something not good had happened. Thankful to all the guys that were helpful getting me ice, and my brother-in-law came and picked me up, and eventually my wife and I went over to the emergency room to get checked out, because by this time was probably close to 8:30 in the evening. I wish I had some cool story of saying I was riding a mechanical bull or something fun like that and then got injured, but nope, just basketball, and I guess it's pretty typical. So the ER doc said most likely a partial tendon tear in the Achilles area, put me in a splint, sent me home, referred me over to an orthopedic surgeon. And about, it would have been Monday, I went in after that Wednesday and saw the orthopedic surgeon. He had said that it kind of appeared to be a partial tear as well, but he wanted me to get an MRI to make sure to see exactly what was going on there. So we ended up getting the MRI on Friday, and then met with the doc, the orthopedic doc, back on Wednesday the next week, and he said it's a full tear, not a partial tear, which wasn't the best news initially. He had initially told us that a partial tear could potentially be healed just on its own and not need to have surgery. And so hearing that it was a full tear, I was a little disappointed because I figured, okay, well, I'm going to have the surgery. Well, fortunately, the good news through this, even though it was a full tear, he had said that the separation for where the tear was not too far off. The upper part of the tendon didn't go up into the calf muscle area where it was too much distance, and he said that at this point, surgery or non-surgery approaches would also just be pretty much the same, where, you know, recovery time, different protocols, and physical therapy are all pretty much identical either way you go. But at this point, I really feel like I don't want to have the surgery if that's going to be the case. He said that there's a 5% less chance of re-injury if I had the surgery, but for me 5% isn't a big enough deal for me to want to have that surgery. So with that said, I am in this boot, and I'm supposed to be in this boot for 12 weeks, 3 months. It is June now, so we're talking June, July, August, our summer months. Pretty much the only time when the weather is really nice in Wisconsin. Don't get me wrong, I love fall the best, but we finally just got over like our 18th winter here in Wisconsin, and it'd be nice to get out and do some more things, but unfortunately that's not going to be the case. The biggest part and biggest challenge for me is the lack of independence, not just getting around the house and doing those different things. Unfortunately, this happened on my right leg, and so I cannot drive. That is one of the worst things I've dealt with now in the past almost month. Relying on rides, bless my wife, and she has been awesome through this whole thing. And I got a bunch of friends and coworkers who have been helping me as far as getting to and from work for different things, to different events and just get-togethers and things like that. So it's been good, and I've been seeing the positives that come even through a struggle like this. So it's not all doom and gloom, and I have a very good positive outlook on it. My hope is that in hopefully less than 12 weeks, I will be able to get the boot off, and things will start moving for physical therapy, that I can get driving sooner than that. And they say recovery time is going to be about a year. That's with surgery or not with surgery. By, I would hope, June next year, 2024, I would be back into decent enough form and health that I can actually get back out and play basketball again. It's a passion of mine. It's something that I love to do, and I want to get back into doing that. That's kind of the story at this point. We have to get things squared up for physical therapy and see what that looks like. But in the meantime, we're making it work. It's just a different way of living. We actually moved my bedroom from upstairs, our bedroom from upstairs, back downstairs, because doing stairs is not really easy at this point. And just a couple other different things that we have to do to make life work. But for now, you know, it's positive in the sense that even with a full tear, I don't need to have surgery, and we'll see how things go from there. And obviously I'll keep everyone updated that way. Other things going on within May, right at the beginning of May, I think it was like the 3rd, it was on a Wednesday again, or no, I can't remember. But anyways, my wife got rear-ended in Green Bay, and so there's a big ding in the back of our van that we have to get repaired. Again, she's okay. Thankfully, that all worked out fine. The van still runs okay, and the door can close, so it's all good. But it was just another thing right at the beginning of the month. And then one other thing that I'll bring up is just even health-wise. Before obviously all these things happened, I had planned ahead to do something called the carnivore diet for the month of May. And so for 31 days, I had eaten nothing but meat. Beef, chicken, pork, fish, anything that was animal-based. I could have eggs, and then really just limiting down to salt and pepper. And the reason for doing all this stuff was not to just do some crazy fad thing or to do some weight loss thing. It really was to see how much inflammation I could reduce in my body. It's kind of an elimination diet. I do not recommend it for most people. It was grueling and difficult, and I also understand that there's things about, you know, lack of nutrients and minerals and vitamins and all that kind of stuff. We monitored things closely. I made sure that I was doing everything that was still going to keep me healthy, but wanted to see if I could reduce that inflammation. So the crazy thing was I injured myself halfway through the month, and that meant the only exercise that I really did was basketball. That was gone, and I can't really do too much at this point. But through the month of May, I lost somewhere between 22 and 25 pounds in 31 days. And that's simply just from eating meat. So again, some of that is restriction. I did intermittent fasting as well through there. I think a lot of that was water weight and just the inflammation that I was holding within my body. And then obviously I started burning some extra fat, reducing sugars and dairy and carbohydrates and anything else that just again would be inflamed within my body. So it was kind of interesting. I'm reintroducing foods now in the month of June, just to see where I might have sensitivities to things. Yeah, I'm not going to just restrict my diet going forward. I am going to get back into eating things that I enjoy, and I will splurge at times that way too. But it was more of just a test, one, to see if I could complete it, which I did. I didn't cheat one single time in the whole month of May. And it was difficult because there was get-togethers and lots of goodies all over the place. And the other part was just to see how my body would respond to it. So at this point, that is kind of all the updates. Torn Achilles, car accident, other things with kids and whatever, but nothing too big, and obviously the carnivore diet. So that is what's been going on in the Kumpfy Life in the month of May. And well, it's going to be an interesting summer, trying to scoot around, but it is what it is. That's the Kumpfy motto, adventure, right? So that's it for now. If you have not yet, please consider subscribing to the Kumpfy Life channel. Again, you need to have an account with YouTube, so you just need to put in an email address, and then once you do that, you can hit the subscribe button. There's a notification bell that you can click, and every time I upload a new video, you'll get notified on that. Go ahead and hit like, and leave a comment down below. If you have questions, concerns, I'll keep things updated because I know this is a decently common injury for people within, like basketball or any kind of those higher impact sports. So if you got questions, concerns, leave a comment down below. And yeah, I'll sign off for now. In the immortal words of the Kumpfer, adventure. See ya!